Greetings, everybody. Rackender here. Welcome, bringing you another episode of our Road to Masters series for Legends of Runeterra. And of course, this is the big one, the one where you guys finally get to see the final games of my climb. As I have kind of spoiled in the past two videos, we made it. Masters Division was within reach after all, and I was able to make that climb happen. So this is going to be the final video. I'm going to showcase the win streak that we eventually used to actually get out of Masters, and we did change our deck list a little bit. Oops, that's not what I want to do. There we go. So we did change our deck list a little bit. This is the deck list that we used. This is the tier list. The reason that I kind of spoiled all of this early was because I recorded these. I played the game separately from when I'm recording this, and I'm also uploading the videos later in the time of which I played the game. And I wanted to make sure that during these introductions, I was clear in saying how different the game will be because the changes that they have patched in. So a lot of cards got buffed, some cards got nerfed, particularly some of the strong ones, especially in the Bannerman deck, got nerfed. So I just want to make sure that that is, aware for everyone watching. Additionally, the meta did shift a little bit. Karina control turned out to be stronger than people were expecting, and it did bump the Bannerman down. So when I played, this was the best deck, or regarded as the best deck in the game. It was up here on the top. And that's pretty much what I did. I clicked on it, grabbed these cards, and I mean, I was playing this deck throughout the entire day. I played the Noxus version with House Spider, and I also played another version with 3 copies of Deny, and I was noticing some of the issues with both of those, especially the one with House Spider. I was running into a lot of the control deck, so I did want the copies of Deny. But I really liked this version of the deck in order to ensure that pretty much guarantees the Allegiance proc. So there was a couple of games when I was using 3 copies of Deny that the Allegiance proc was not working because Deny was in the top of my deck. So that's pretty much an instant loss, especially versus some particular matchups. And then Deny itself is only really good in that control matchup. The rest of the decks that you'll be playing against, you don't really care to see Deny. So having it as a 1-drop is completely fine. You can you can drop your opening hand to try and mulligan for it if you need to, but for the most part, you just want to see it later in the game anyway, because it's only there to counter Ruination. You don't care about it for the rest of the, for any other spell really. This is your Ruination counter, because it's a big counter for our deck, especially if the Karina control deck gets to swarm the board with spiders. This is one of the problems, or one of the issues that we can find when playing against this deck, is the Brood Awakening plus Elise plus Val Feast and the Aristocrat can really just put a lot of pressure on the field. If you don't open your opening curve, the Brood Awakening can really shut you down. 2/1 spider tokens just really, not only can they chump your opponent, your blockers, weaken them a little bit, they can kind of be aggressive with them, especially if they have more open up multiple copies of this card. They can be really, really aggressive with Brood Awakening and chip you away, forcing you to actually play your cards. So because of that, normally the counter to Ruination is you keep your cards in your hand, your powerful value cards in your hand. So like you'll keep Garen in your hand, you'll keep like a 5-drop in your hand, you'll keep your other cards in your hand, so that whenever they drop the Ruination, you can just swarm the board again. However, you can't just throw out 1 or 2 strong units if they have 6 spiders, because they will be able to, wear you down with those 6 spiders. And then finish you off with Karina or Ladros. So that was something that I was running into, and basically I said, I want Deny, because I want to be able to deny the Ruination if that comes up. I don't want to have to rely on, I don't want to have to get crushed by Ruination, because it's been, I started running into it a lot more, and it was definitely a problem. So I wanted to make sure I had Deny on hand. Of course you have to draw it, so it's not always a guaranteed, but when you draw Deny versus Ruination, it feels so good. So one copy of Deny. The rest of the package is just such a strong core deck. So much versatility in this deck as well. Fiora can be a win condition. Garen can be a win condition. A strong board with Bannerman's a win condition. Bright Steel Formation's a win condition. Like, you have so many tools to really find ways of closing out games that it can be a very fun and enjoyable deck to play at a high level. So definitely satisfied with how the deck performed and how it turned out to and how it played out in regards to my own personal gameplay and my enjoyment factor of the game. So that's kind of what we did. We decided to also not let ourselves get tilted. Yo, what the heck? There we go. I was like, what the heck? Move the screen. One of the things that I was running into as a player is that I would let lose streaks get to me. And as I've discussed in some of my other videos, I think I even showed this in a couple of videos, I would play like a deck, and then I would lose with that deck. And not just, 1 or 2 games. Like, I would lose 3 games in a row. I would lose like 3 or 4 games in a row. And that would kind of deter me from the deck, and I would switch. But that's not how it goes, right? That's not what you're supposed to do. You don't pay attention to loses. You pay attention to the percentage, the win rate, which we had positive throughout pretty much, as you can see over here, pretty much every deck we were playing had positive win rates. So like, even though we lost 3 in a row here, we lost 4 in a row here, if you just keep playing it out, you will eventually, see that if you're playing it well and you're playing a solid deck and you're playing it to the best of your ability, and if you're performing well with the deck, that the percentage of win rate will still be positive. Like, you have to make sure that you're not paying attention to all of the losses. Like, it's easy in a game like Runeterra where there's many different ways to lose. Your opponent could, your opponent will just open a godly like hand, right? I think one of these aggro decks, I think his aggro deck, he had like two Boom Crew rookies, 2 Brothers Bonds, and like a bunch of Swarm, and it was just like, I mean, you're going to lose to that. Like, that's going to happen. Your opponent will have a god hand sometimes, and there's really nothing you can do about it. So that's, it's going to happen. You're going to, every now and then, nobody's a perfect player. You're going to have those moments where you might misplay. You might make a key mistake in the middle of the game, and that will close, that will seal the deal. But you have to learn from that mistake and then go on to the rest of your matches with that mistake in the back of your mind, understanding that you're going to be able to learn from it and play better in the next one. Don't let these kind of psych you out. Let yourself play the game plan that you can play, right? I knew I was good at this. I knew I could do it. I had my doubts. I had my self-doubts, but in the back of my head, I knew that I could play well enough in this game to get to Masters. And I just basically sat myself down. It's going to be a grind. You're going to win, you're going to lose, you're going to win, you're going to lose. It's going to, you're going to have to grind the game out in order to come out on top. Just make sure that as you're going, you're not psyching yourself out with the losses. Even though I lost 4 in a row, like, what did I come back and do? I went, after a 4 loss streak, I went 5-1, right? That's pretty much even, right? If you take all of these in isolation, that's 5-5, right? But instead I would find myself taking these in isolation. I'm like, oh well, I'm 4-1. Well, not really. You're 5-5. You're 6-5. You're 8-6. Like, no, dude, you have to take. That's something that I learned. That's one of the biggest lessons that I learned, and I'll definitely highlight that when I do my guide video, which is the next and final video of Road to Masters. Is a guide on pretty much everything I learned along the way to hopefully help you guys get yourself into Masters as well. So that's what we did. Sat ourselves down, respected the grind, and we came out on top. And I'm really happy about that. Really, just personal gratification, personal satisfaction of being able to actually hit Masters, proving to myself really that I can actually do it. So that's what we did. Masters has been hit. We And yeah, that's pretty much all there really is to it. Really good deck, really solid. I really enjoy the deck. I like combat in this game, and I really enjoy when you get to interact with your opponent using combat mechanics like the challengers and the single combat. It's very, very rewarding, I feel, whenever you make a good play with those types of mechanics. So I really like that. And yeah, that's going to be it for this little introduction. I hope you guys don't... I know it's a little longer, and I know some of these were pretty long in these past few videos. We don't mind. I just really wanted to get some of these points across and talk to you guys about the climb, as it was a... You know, there was a lot of stuff, and there was a lot of personal kind of inspection I had to do, a lot of realizations I had to come to, and I really hope that I was able to communicate those effectively so that you guys can maybe learn something from this these introductions in the gameplay. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and throw you guys over to said gameplay in order hopefully you guys enjoy. It was a really fun set of games. Some pretty I feel like I made some pretty good pretty high level decisions in some of these games, and so hopefully that is noticeable from a glance, since I didn't talk very much during these, which I do apologize for, but I was really focusing on the climb. I was really I didn't want to psych myself out, like I mentioned. I didn't want to get my own head, so I didn't really talk too much unless there was like an immediate thought that I wasn't going to affect my gameplay. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and stop rambling here. I've been talking for too long. I'm gonna throw you guys over to that gameplay. And of course, if you want more Runeterra content in the future, be sure to subscribe and hit the bell notification icon, as there's plenty more to come. I'm really excited to start messing with decks and start experimenting more now that I've succeeded in proving to myself that I can climb. So hopefully that means I can play some other decks as well. I don't have to play a top deck. I'm really hoping to mess with Katarina. They changed her in this patch, and I'm really excited to mess with some Katarina. So be on the lookout for some newer videos regarding some of those decks and all that such. And of course, if you enjoyed this video, please, of course, just repeating myself like a broken record. That's what happens when you start to ramble. I'm gonna stop. Leave a like down below if you enjoyed the video. I will see you guys in the next one. Thank you guys once more. Later. And then the games where I do have Bannerman are much nicer. Especially against these stupid spiders.
That egg, did it move? Oh, no, 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 no!
Smell that? A fight's a cooking. Feel the sizzle. Eat up, friend.
Elise. Yep.
I know what lurks in the shadows.
Part of me maybe should have considered just straight up passing there so he couldn't play the Fiora or the Elise.
You won't suffer long.
A delicious challenge.
So young. They would fall by my blade. Stay away from my pets.
Hand to the face.
For the honor.
On guard!
No one goes hungry.
Oh. Trying to save your poor Elise.
Strike Strike without worry.
My bird's gonna kill the spider.
Push goes the spider.
There it is.
Show them our strength.
What is strength without style?
Hold fast. Stay resolute. Lead our charge.
Demacia! Now and forever.
Feel the sizzle.
Try me.
Eat up, friend.
Go for it.
A morsel of regret.
Everything I've worked for.
I will not falter! Demacia!
What's that noise?
My shield is yours.
Be Demacia!
Yep. GG. Let's spread ourselves out. Is this another mirror match? Oh, we got the curve. We got the curve. Let's see if he's got an opener. I'll take it. Hello.
My shield is yours.
Double Bannerman is fucking sick.
I've got your back.
Who does not know the name Laurent?
Press on.
So close. If we just get a single combat, this will be like a god tier. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. What will be, friend? Did you open as nuts as I did.
You call this hardly fair. Aha!
Oh.
My duty's done.
Raise the banner! Lift our spirits!
Always 2 steps ahead.
My shield is yours. You're covered.
Fall to our standard!
No, we don't want that. No. At least we burned to purify.
Our ancestors are watching.
I think we'll drop a, well, this is a tricky situation.
Safeguard our citizens!
Oh, no, we definitely just do it.
One banner, one destiny.
Run them through. Hardly fair.
Okay.
This will be quick. Everything I've worked for.
A disgrace.
War chefs,
Smell that? A fighter cooking.
and then we'll.
My heart and sword for democracy.
Feels bad, man. Let's see. How do we want to play this? We could. I don't want to sacrifice the war chefs at the
In
moment.
the name of our land!
We have another single combat.
I am not afraid.
Ooh, the second purify.
Fall to our standard!
I think we'll just take the hit.
For justice. For Demacia.
Who approaches?
If he top decked Bright Steel, this kind of sucks. But can't put him on that. It's one card.
Demacia, now and forever.
Break their spirits and their swords.
All right, what's the strat here?
Batter 'em! Charge!
Honor guide me.
Can't fight on an empty stomach. You cannot stall judgment.
You would test my steel?
I'll close my eyes, make it fair.
Okay.
A morsel of regret. Demacia will prevail. Oh.
Yo, what's up, Rainbow? We're just grinding it out. Yo,
Show them our mettle.
got our own repost.
Sound the alarm!
Oh, made him burn another repost. Let's go. Saw me lazily back. Yeah. I was taking it slower. That way I couldn't immediately... Because like I started noticing that the more I talked, the more I kind of got into my own head and tilted.
For king and country.
That sucks. Yo, what if that's a fucking judgment?
Follow my lead!
Our banner.
So I decided to stop worrying so much about like certain matchups and certain situations and just chillaxing. It's been working out fairly decently. Hello. Oh, he obviously needs to play these cards, or we just straight up win. There we go. Draven Ezreal. Hopefully we run into a bannerman with this curve. It was a bit spooky. Blade Edge. 1 mana Thermo Beam. Guess that's 1 Thermo Beam gone. Don't have to worry about it for the next few turns. Bright Steel.
Flavor and spice.
See, he burned a Thermo Beam already. What's the cards? He could have Draven. So I think we'll force the
Who does
Draven.
not know the name Laurent?
Because now he doesn't want to drop the Draven. Oh, come on. Stupid Sentry. But now he has to drop the Draven on his turn, which could give us a barrier.
I have the best job.
Only we had our fucking bannerman. Jesus.
You're covered!
You're covered. Okay.
My shield is yours!
Wow, he actually didn't want to attack with Draven?
Head to the face. Aha!
My steel is yours.
If we develop, he could get another sentry stun. Is the Draven worth it? Because we're gonna lose war chefs here. It's basically a trade of war chefs for the Draven. We don't have bannermen, so the war chefs aren't super.
No one goes hungry. A morsel of regret. Draven out.
Put on me mask,
Damn.
secure me tail, start the day.
For justice. For Demacia.
Who's he targeting? Okay. Alright, so that's all the skitters. Or not skitterers, but sentries. Damn.
I demand satisfaction. Hardly fair.
Protect and strike.
I've lost. Welcome. Good luck out there, recruit.
Captain Crown Guard, I'm Cythria. My duty.
Alright, so he's got two cards in hand, and one of them. Please don't be able to knock shit. Oh, okay.
The world's a big place. Let's see all of it.
Give me single target. Or single combat. Oh! Oh, hello.
They don't know what they're up against.
In what world would he actually hit everything?
Watch and learn.
Okay. I was like, there's no way he doesn't just, you know, go for,
Lead our charge.
Demacia, now and forever.
goes for the thermo. That should be GG, right? He can't actually, he can't target anything because we're gonna have fearsome. Yeah, these are so. Everything's gonna have fearsome. Hello, Bannerman. Do I risk? What if the open attack He has another static shock. How many static shocks did he use? One. He used one at the beginning too, if I'm not mistaken. No, he didn't. Just use that one. I could banner him in here and make it harder. I think I will.
Raise the banner! Lift our spirits!
We stand strong.
I think we just develop here. This isn't the deck that runs Yon. Yeah.
Ready to do my part.
Cythria, isn't it? Keep up the good work.
He's only got 5 mana. I don't think he can, like, kill us here. Yeah, he's rummaging. Double Mystic Shot does not win him the game. Yes! Let's go. Fresh luck.
My shield is yours.
We weren't expecting callers! Shoot me right out!
Honor guide me.
That egg, did it move? No, 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 no!
Oh.
Think you're fast? Cute. Try to keep up.
Soldiers, to me!
Don't let the fluffy tails fool you.
For the glory of Demacia! We march!
Zigged! Should have sagged.
My heart and sword for Demacia.
Yeah!
Anything for the right coin. I'm getting warmed up.
Show them our mettle!
Face me, Shorthorn.
No!
You pay, I fight. Lead our charge.
Demacia! Now and forever!
I thought you'd run.
Patience and virtue make a true swordsman.
Raise the banner! Lift our spirits!
We stand strong.
I accept. Defend our banner! Our banner!
Ready to do my part.
Cythria, isn't it? Keep up the good work.
You should stay back, cowards. Show them our mettle!
Charge!
Your end is my duty.
Nothing personal.
I need one of those two bucks to die.
I thought you'd run.
Press the advantage!
And if we draw the Garen that we just shuffle into the deck, we do get to
Demacia will
have him leveled already.
Scarce this,
Take the high ground.
He has Yon mana, but he doesn't have mana for Mina Swiftfoot. So open attack.
Patrol 1, Patrol 2, Patrol 3.
The Order rewards its faithful. Night falls.
The stupid stun. He keeps on stunning me.
I thought you'd run.
Okay.
By my honor, you must die.
It's 4 or less power.
Counter and strike.
yours.
Okay.
Strike quick, try me.
Stop stunning me.
I will play my part.
In the rare off chance we can't actually kill him, this constant chip damage is very, very painful. So I'd much rather maybe not. I should have challenged this with Fiora. That was the misplay. But oh well. I can give 3. That's not enough.
Silent as death.
Dude, if he draws both of his Shadow Assassins, we lose.
My war host awaits.
Okay.
Night falls.
Okay. Swoo! He didn't draw the Shadow Assassin.
Think you're fast? Cute.
I trained for this.
They're all fearsome except this lady, so they can't attack.
You cannot escape.
Yes.
There will no.
Yes! Almost. That was close. That was close. Alright, this is Championless Undying. Let's drop Cythria and keep this. Or we'll keep Cythria too, I suppose. Purify. That's actually pretty nice. Oh, what am I doing? Play the Fleet Feather Tracker. I wish I could show him that I, I should have purified that. Okay.
A Demacian soldier is worth 10 foes.
Alright, single combat, that's nice.
Soldiers, to me!
To me!
No place for the kind.
We march!
Ooh, the black spear. Painful. Kinda painful. Four cards. Feeling pretty. Still have another Bannerman. Bright Steel Formation.
Virtue guides me.
Hmm.
We fight for those who cannot.
Remember the fallen! Hope burns on. We strike!
He's got Black Spear. I can like just feel it. He also could have Ruination here. Just waiting for it. Oh. 8 mana, he doesn't have Ruination. Could have Black Spear, we just talked about that, so we'll do it this way. Double Glimpse.
I fight for the fallen!
Okay. I think I'll just do it now.
The wicked must fall.
They said I didn't have the spirit.
Lead our charge.
Demacia, now and forever.
This round's on me. If the boo's talking.
Smell that? A fight's a cooking. Break their ranks! Feel the sizzle! No one goes hungry.
They're all tapped out, pal.
Press the advantage!
Oh, I should have done it on Cythria. Yep.
I've come.
I should have used Warships on Cythria there.
My shield is yours!
This threatens lethal if he doesn't ruinate.
You could be so much more.
I'm gonna assume he doesn't have it. There's our rally.
Oh yes, she does love visitors.
The wicked must fall.
up, friend.
I too, sir.
Oh, yes, yes. Oh, let's go. Fucking did it. No longer stuck. Let's go. Series complete. Here live. Holy crap. And Rainbow left. He's not even watching. Ah. Oh. I don't think I've ever been. Wow, that was exhilarating. I was like, holy crap. This tension all throughout the match. Oh, my heart pumping. Road to Masters is fucking complete. Let's go, top 2000 NA. We can stop try-harding with Bannerman. Right before they nerfed Bannerman. Oh. they spoiler alert, they leaked some Bannerman nerfs. Some nerfs in general, but oh, let's go. Let's fucking go. Alright, well, that is a fantastic way to end the stream. Can't wait to chop this all up and start uploading it to the YouTube series. Whew. I was a little, I don't know, there was like a part of me that was like, will I be able to do it? But I guess that self-doubt, no need. No fucking need. Ah, I should have screenshotted that. I can go to the VOD. All right, guys. I'm gonna relax. Food's on the way. I'm about to get that food, so food should be here relatively soon. So we finally did it. We're masters. Ah, that makes me so happy. Can't even, I don't know why, I can just feel it. I felt it for so long. I knew we could do it. And, oh man, I'm so, really happy with that. Really kind of, I guess, proud of myself, if that's the right way to say it. Because there were many different periods within my climb in which I kind of fell back down, and I had to like reevaluate the mental and like kind of pick myself back up again. So it was a grind. It was a lot grindier than I thought it would be, honestly. I was thinking it would be a little bit smoother than that than that ended up being, but I'm really happy we finally hit that milestone. I can't wait to produce more diverse content, because I do have some decks that I'm like a little interested in, especially with the new set on the horizon and some changes that they're about to do. So be on the lookout for some variety decks, probably tier 3 decks as well. So anyway, food's here, as you heard. I'll see you guys later.